And good morning. Welcome to Today at 7 a.m. out on the West Coast on a Monday. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Meredith Vieira. And your heart goes out to everyone in Joplin affected by that monster tornado. As you can see, the skies have turned ominous yet again this morning as another powerful storm system rolls in.
What a few hours it has been. When we first got to work this morning, we were told that the storm was severe, but about 25 or 30 people had been killed. That number quickly rose to over 89, and as you can see, that weather they're having there is not going to help any of the recovery or search efforts. Among the buildings that took a direct hit on Sunday, the town's hospital, St. John's. Doctors and nurses had just moments to scramble patients into hallways. To give you a sense of the twister's power, X-rays and medical records from inside that hospital building have now been found more than 60 miles away.
President Obama called Missouri's governor a short time ago to offer his condolences while promising the full support of the federal government. But as we said, folks in Joplin have another storm to deal with. Al has been there all morning. He is with us now by phone. Al, good morning to you.
Yeah, Meredith, if you're looking at the radar, there is a very, very severe line of storms moving in. We're under a severe thunderstorm warning right now. As another line moves in, we're in a strong risk area. And what's going on right now is we are looking at the second line of storms hitting this region. Currently if we look at the yesterday's radar, you can see this line build up out of nowhere. We talked to people who said the sirens went off, and they're figuring they had 20 minutes of warning, and within 5 minutes, the storm hit. And it's just been a devastating day, 24 hours for this area. As you take a look, you're going to see that these folks are still trying to clean up. It's going to be a long time in coming for this cleanup.
Oh, gosh. Okay. Got it. There. Oh, my gosh.
The eye of the storm, Joplin, Missouri.
That is a monster tornado.
A massive 1/2 to 3/4 of a mile wide tornado tore through Joplin, throwing debris 18,000 feet into the air.
Bad. Oh, my gosh. This is awful.
I'm not sure what that was.
This is... Look at that. That is destroyed.
This was an F4, F5.
This was... Dude, the trees are debarked.
City streets and neighborhoods stripped bare in moments. Within minutes, rescue workers raced to the scene, trying to save those trapped in the rubble. The Weather Channel's Mike Bettis was chasing the tornado when it hit ground. He arrived here in Joplin about 10 minutes after the tornado hit.
We just rolled up on this tornado, came through maybe 45 minutes ago. I've personally witnessed injuries and fatalities here, unfortunately, in Joplin. We're just going through the neighborhood here, trying to figure out if anyone else needs help. People are just scrambling right now. I want you to kind of take a scope of the damage, just kind of taking my breath away here. Multiple homes, businesses destroyed, cars that have been flipped, mangled debris everywhere you look. People are trying to just help people out any way they can. People being pulled out of buildings here this evening as well. We've come across many people. They need help. They need to get as much help in this area as possible. I think they're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of damage, the amount of injuries and fatalities they have here. They need help in Joplin.
I got in the basement and put my hands over my head and the building caved in on me. But my office is gone. I worked for 20 years.
One of the area's primary sources of emergency care, St. John's Regional Medical Center, was destroyed.
The backup generators got hit, no power. They were just literally nothing but darkness. And when the wind just started blowing the doors open and stuff started just flying and cracking, and we all got down on the floor and just prayed that we made it through.
The raw emotion of the moment was difficult, even for a seasoned reporter.
People are just looking for their loved ones. They're looking for family members. If you take a look here at this neighborhood, all I can say is it looks very reminiscent of what we saw last month in, in Tuscaloosa. Yeah, it's tough. No question about that. It's a very tragic scene in Joplin, Missouri. Just tornado devastation as far as the eye can see, and off in the distance there, beyond the firefighters there, they're doing search and rescue right now. We even have fires that are erupting in Joplin. It really is an unfolding scene, changes minute by minute. Neighbors are trying to they just pulled out their dog, right? That is great. They just pulled the dog. He looks to be okay out of the house there. That's great news. We know that neighbors have been telling us, I know my neighbor's in there. I just can't get to him. It's too dangerous for me to get in there. And there just aren't enough first responders here right now to deal with the immense tragedy that is here.
Joplin wasn't the only Midwest area hit hard this weekend.
Yeah, it's coming!
Tornadoes touched down in Oklahoma and in Minneapolis, killing at least one person there. Hail the size of golf balls pelted Nebraska. But back here in hard-hit Joplin, as dusk settled, so did the harsh reality of all that's been lost.
Here they had a theater, and they had a play in it this evening, and we had to dig through there and actually did have a couple dead in there.
And Meredith, as we sit in a couple of our vehicles, our crew in a truck, we're in another car, the rain is really coming down pretty hard. We've got pea-sized hail. We could pick up anywhere from 2 to 3 inches of rain, which, as you might imagine, is just, there's some more lightning, is going to make this recovery and search and rescue effort that much more difficult. Meredith?
Al, you say that you're in a car. Do you feel that you're safe?
Yeah, I think we're safe right now. We're not. I'm looking at the radar feed. We're not seeing any hook echoes. We're not seeing any bowing. So I think we're just in the midst of a very, very severe thunderstorm right now. So no, we do not feel as if we're in any danger. One of our drivers is an ex-Missouri State Patrolman, state trooper, and he said he can get us to a shelter if we need to. But again, shelters are few and far between. We're about 10 minutes away from the closest shelter. So if this were to turn dangerous, we would we would head toward that. But right now we feel okay.
All right, Al, thank you so much, and you stay safe. The Weather Channel's Mike Bettis, who you saw in Al's piece, was one of the first reporters on the scene, and he joins us now by phone. Mike, good morning. As we just heard in that tape spot, you got quite emotional when you were describing the scene to viewers. What sticks out most in your mind, Mike, of all the things that you witnessed?
Well, I think it was just, the raw emotion of the people that were dealing with the situation at the time, and I think I just got caught up in that at the same time with them because they were so panicked at the time. They were looking for loved ones, or they were looking for their neighbors, that they were looking for their pets, and it was just, in the moment, it's something that you never anticipate having to witness, but when you do, sometimes your emotions get the better of you, and you just kind of feel what the people that are being impacted by it are feeling. Yeah,
it's very understandable. I mean, you have chased tornadoes before. How does this compare to other?
This is easily, Meredith, it's the worst I've ever seen. I mean, I've seen many, many things over my years of covering weather. This is by far the most tragic event I've ever seen. The devastation is as far as you can see, and it seems like there are very few places in Joplin that were spared, and it breaks your heart when you see it up close and in person.
Absolutely. Well, Mike, as we said to Al, please stay safe. Mike Bettis, thank you very much.
Thank you.